Continuing our series looking at Windows 11, today we're looking at the notification center in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. So when alerts pop up, you'll see you get this nice little toast notification that appears on the right-hand side. If you miss it, because they do disappear after a few seconds, pop down to the clock at any stage and just give it a left click. And you'll see the notifications are here up in this section. So you'll have a list of notifications, any alerts or messages or reminders that have popped up will all be here, and you can click on those straight away to take action. If you want to clear away all your notifications, no problem, just hit clear all, and there they go, nice and simple. Now, you can choose how often and when you get alerted to notifications. Again, if we just right click on the clock and then choose notification settings, we'll be taken straight into the shortcut area of the system settings. And now we can choose what type of settings, what type of notifications rather, that we get. So as you can see right now, we're set for banners and sound. So it's going to play a noise and it's going to pop open that little notification in the bottom right hand side. We can choose to toggle that on or off, or actually we can set a few more specific options here. We can have the notification banners. We can have them stacked up in the notification center. So as I said here, where they appear at the top of the calendar, that's this option here. So we can choose whether to show them all and whether to show them as a summary in the notification center. One useful feature here is to hide those notifications when we're on the lock screen. So when the computer's locked and we want privacy, we want to make sure that any notifications don't pop up there. That's always a good sound, a good choice rather. You can play a sound when notifications arrive. I tend to turn these off because I can find it quite distracting to have things pop up on the side of the screen and make a noise at the same time, especially if I'm trying to focus on something. So turning them off here can be a good choice. And then you can choose whether or not the notifications, if you're running a full screen application, whether they're going to appear on top and in front or whether they're going to appear in the background. Again, this is all about whether or not you want to be really bothered by notifications or just have a reminder that they're there. Don't forget at any stage, if you want to check out any notifications that you might have missed, you can simply pop down to the clock, give it a click, and it will appear here just above the calendar. Now, as we talk about this bottom right-hand area, there have been some changes to how this whole section lays out. One of the nice new options that we have now is quick settings. So rather than clicking on the clock, if we click on this icon here for the network and the sound connectors and give that a left click, you'll see that we're now into the quick settings panel. And in quick settings, we have some options for things like the night light, which adjusts the tone of the color that's on the screen. Useful if you're on a tablet device or a portable laptop at night. We can change focus assist on and off. So the focus assist will actually suppress the majority of those notifications. So if you do like to have them on most of the time, but sometimes you just want to focus on a piece of work, focus assist is your friend. This is the kind of thing where you can turn on urgent notifications, alarms and reminders for meetings and calls, or you can just have everything back to normal. We can jump into our accessibility options here, and also if we're choosing to cast to a wireless display, then that is the option right here. Also, you can see we can very quickly adjust the volume, and if you've got multiple audio devices, so perhaps you use some headphones for your Teams calls as well as the built-in speakers, here when we click Manage Audio Devices, that's when we'll get a choice if you have different outputs of which speakers you'd like to use. Now, there's only a handful of settings here on this quick settings menu, but if you want to change it at all, there is a little button down here with a pencil, or if you give it a right click, either of those options will work, but you can edit the quick settings, and you can see that we can remove ones that we don't use just by clicking this little thumbtack here, or we can add in new ones. So the options I've got right now, I can add in a keyboard layout, or I can add in an option to project. Depending on the software and the applications that you've got installed and the devices that you've got connected will depend on what appears in this option to add into the quick settings menu. Well, that's it for this video. Why not join us next time where we'll be taking a closer look at the whole taskbar in Windows 11.